Hi, I'm Daniel Sung Park. I am the founder and president of Eclar International. Oh, that's all right. I'm sorry. And so Eclar International, we do customized human capital solutions. So we provide resources, consulting resources here in the U.S. Via several models. One would be staff augmentation, direct placement, and we also do human capital solutions overseas from Asia. So we have a large 700-seat solution center in Manila, and we're providing global clients with a fully integrated, fully customized human capital solutions worldwide.
How long have you been certified?
We've been certified for over 15 years.
What do you think that from when you first got certified to now, what's the difference on the marketplace and how have you been addressing it?
Well, I think when we first got certified, at the time, smaller companies were actually more in vogue. So many of the larger procurement agencies were looking for pilots in terms of small types of pilot projects to work with newer vendors in addition to their existing enterprise large-scale vendors. These days, however, I think the pilots are harder to attain and those opportunities are very few. So what you do have is you have larger contracts that may be modified to be smaller at the start, but with the understanding that they're going to grow to scale at some point. So what that means for minority business enterprises is that at the end of the day, the end client needs to see your potential at scale, or what would you be able to scale. You could start out small, but they need to believe or be able to have the reasonable assurance that if they wanted to give you scaled business or scaled contracts, that you would be able to fulfill that without posing a risk to yourself and to them. So I think that becomes a challenge for smaller vendors, smaller MBEs, if they're not at scale currently, to be able to assure new potential clients that they would be able to provide the services. I think though, if you are with an existing client, if they've seen your performance, if they've seen your quality, that's someone that you can probably have a conversation with, that they could probably work with you on growing you to scale. And I think that's the challenge for MBEs, to leverage your existing client base. And then once you have that established track record of scale, then of course, then it'd be a lot easier to acquire new clients who might be able to see you in that kind of window.
How about collaborations among MBEs to fulfill these bigger opportunities?
I think one of the issues with the MBEs is that when you're so busy with your own company, you may not always be thinking about what else you need. I think you do. You're thinking about what you may not be able to do. But for us, we've actually always been looking for partnerships where our gaps have been in different industries in particular. So we know kind of what our skill sets are. And I think that's really important. Know what you do really well and also know what you're not strong in. And therefore, you want to be able to find the partner. If they've got other strengths that complement you, then that's the reasonable type of partnership that you should do. And also, I think what goes maybe not spoken as much is sort of your own cultural about business. So some people are much more short-term driven, and that's okay. Other people, like myself, were more long-term driven. So I've had one partnership where the individual was more short-term driven, and that didn't work out as well. I've had other partners where we're both aligned in terms of our long-term focus in business, meaning long-term client relationships, long-term contracts, long-term consultative type relationship with our clients, and that partnership worked out much better. So I would say for anyone who's interested in joint ventures or collaborations, you have to really be able to be in sync on your business cultural vision in addition to your skill sets in what you do.
If you have one piece of advice to MBEs to be successful in this current environment, what that would be?
Invest your time. I think there's always a consideration of how much it costs or how much it costs to sponsor, but really your most valuable commodity is yourself and the time that you have. And one of the things that I think this organization or any organization, you have to invest the time. That's really an investment. It's not a cost. And so I found it that the more I've actually, even today at this particular conference, I was just meeting with a client of mine, and she had said, actually, we had been talking about you. I did not have your presentation. I couldn't find it, and I was hoping to see you today. And so that was just a meeting I just had about an hour ago. And so obviously now, we're talking about a sort of a global project. And so, obviously I would not have known that this had been going on. But I think because of the time that I've invested and also the relationships that we built, those are kind of the beneficial things that come out of investing your time. All right.